Okay, I'm back. I know, I'm addicted, but I've just got this final trial left, and then I'll be done. Oh, and did a reload thingy. Cool. So yeah, Danganronpa, this should be the final story stream. It may take a while to do the trial, but so I'm starting slightly earlier than usual. So yeah, it's all good. All good.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Okay.
So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win!
Uh-huh.
But if you can't, then I win!
Okay.
And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Cool, so we get to punish you.
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Wait, the bear or the person controlling the bear?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Interesting.
Hmm?
That is a really good question, Hero. I am surprised.
Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Well, I don't. I would like to.
You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Okay, we were doing really well until that part. Group photo places to check.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been
I'm
working
guessing
together.
really edited photo.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any
Whoever
sense.
got the photo wasn't in the photo.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
I think there's no doubt it's a trap. Set it up so we would suspect each other, and I have something that proves it. Right.
You guys have all been. I have evidence.
Hey, you're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves every. What? This doesn't make any
Sense. How can the three of
No.
I also have the evidence.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You two?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. 'Cause in my picture... See?
Ah,
I'm the only one not in it.
interesting. Oh my god. Look at Sakura! Just zooming. Wait, does that even has the weird the girl we don't know in? That's interesting that they all got different photos. But that just means that, you know, they're the ones that took the photos, surely. I figured as much, in which
Hero,
case...
you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
It's like the other ones that we saw. We were all in class together before. It's weird. Hi, Lady Magritte.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But
And
you're in
your
my
photo,
picture.
Byakuya?
You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
The proof I need to reveal the trap. Each photo has something certain in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos, and that person is the one who
I
got the
got it!
photos.
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hero got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
There might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's
Listen,
digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual. What is it? Byakuya's picture. So it's got the person and it's got Mukaba, whatever her name is. I'm really bad at names. Oh my god, Kyoko's even got gloves on in the swimming pool. Why is that Celeste and who is that standing in the background there? Also, why is Sakura punching a giant koi? I'm not quite sure. I think it's Toko. Up there in the corner in the brown dress. It's hard to tell. Ina's picture. Again, Mukaba's in it. Hero's picture. Something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
Okay. Let me see what. Makura. Okay, there's something very strange. I mean, the camera? Fumi has a camera in 2 of them. The fact that we're all, you know, there and there's, you know, we don't remember this. I don't know what else is strange. Yes, I'm not twigging yet. I'm not awake.
Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, no, no. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either.
Hi,
But
Pentavum. It is the final trial.
is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason! Well, it's what we're playing today, anyway, whether it's the last bit or not. Hangman's Gambit. What on earth do you want me? Oh, amnesia. What do you want me to spell here?
Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Losing an entire year is weird. How do you surgically remove an entire year? I was instantly hostile. I was like, I don't know what word. Oh, right, word. By the way, I went back and watched the very beginning of my first video. I see what you mean about the rocket ship and now get the connection with the present.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
So I'm adding in like time travel to the mix. Time travel, aliens, clones, robots.
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just
Some kind of memory altering
crazy.
drug. Surgery, brain surgery. It's only natural they wouldn't believe it, but no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it, and there's another way to prove it beside those pictures. Oh, I wasn't hostile towards amnesia. I have no problem with the concept of amnesia, though amnesia doesn't usually involve just forgetting an entire year. You know, you get amnesia, you tend to forget, like, everything. Selective amnesia is more weird. Oh, you're talking about Hero's reaction. Yes, murderous teddy bears, but not amnesia? The DVD. We've got the DVD. Can we show them the DVD? Oh my gosh.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid, obviously.
You remember everything. Must be, yeah.
You're saying we all.
Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Do you really?
What's wrong? those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, Toko.
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
All of us. You paid the penalty. Yeah, I still have cat hair in my flat and I've not had a cat for like a year and a half.
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
Can we put it on?
The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
Just without the murder part.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me, I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
Who is... I'm very bad with names. Which character is that?
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers.
Ah, Hiro. Ah, interesting.
You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not.
Or even going to the school. Probably involved somehow in the tragedy, or at least, experienced the tragedy.
Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever?
I mean, if it didn't look like some kind of bomb site upstairs, and it wasn't like, a prison and the killing thing. Then, it would be okay for a couple of years and then I'd just get bored. Maybe not a couple of years. I'd probably just get bored.
That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
Stop messing with everyone's heads.
What?
What?
I know
I'd
it
be
sounds
pretty confused
absurd,
as
but
well.
if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
Ooh. Ooh. I just had a thought. Hi, Havoc. So you know how they keep on making a big emphasis on the fact that Toko and Jack have different memories? If Toko was Toko at the time of the amnesia, I wonder if Genocide Jack, Jill, has memories that we can exploit. There is even a truth bullet for it, but it's only just twigged that this could be a thing that would help.
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and
I'm
messed
thinking
with your
drugs.
brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
Genocide show. Okay, fair enough.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
I love the fact that he's standing on a battle box.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost.
Maybe the mastermind doesn't know they're the mastermind? Showing a no-show. I like that. Because obviously... Mukuro remembers something. Because she's, like, involved in things. And obviously... Kyoko didn't remember loads. But, they don't share memories. Because of her. It would be really, really good camouflage if the mastermind set all this up and then erased part of their own memory as well. That would be really clever. Just speculating. You know, if I get all my theories out and I'm right, then I get to go boom like I did with Ultimate Detective. If I don't get any of the clues, then, you know, then I get sad. I need to speculate. Gotta speculate to accumulate and all that jazz.
There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret.
Well, it's gonna be a few hours, right?
Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to
but
figure
be
out
real
who
careful
killed
not to
her
spoil.
before we do anything else.
She's not dead, so there we go. Till we do that, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. It's because it's technically a sex term and my moderation is fairly strict because, you know, I am a woman who streams and I don't want people coming in and being lewd. Is this a visual novel? Yes, basically. It's a very advanced visual novel, but it's still a visual novel, how about? It's also on Game Pass, and you would probably enjoy it. To explain every last thingy, one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind is what we need to expose. I don't think Mukuro's dead. I think they got Junko's body out because she matched the physical descriptions, then they blew her up so we couldn't take the mask off.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Aww.
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind
Unless the mastermind is
probably a million miles
half
away.
of Toko. Oops.
Because masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
I wonder if the mastermind is a Toko personality.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
That one. That refutes.
No, that's wrong.
Well, of course it would. This is like, as I said, when Kai watched me play the nunnery games, my speculations were making him
There's
laugh
no
so
question that the
much.
mastermind is somewhere within the school.
Because I was like, I just hadn't twigged on some things, or I was just like, oh, but what if? And then what if? So I love doing the deductions. At some point, you know, I'll solidify, but, you know, I like being adaptable. I am influenced by stuff. I'm both so close and so far away. Well, yeah, I know. That's the thing, is I don't really know anything other than Makura is not dead and is controlling Monokuma currently. Or the other option, because there are only 9 bodies and there should be 10 bodies. So either Makura is not dead and it was Junko's body, or someone we thought died didn't die and is actually controlled. But someone is controlling Monokuma right now. Oh, I don't mean to be scary.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. Only people to take part in only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
It's me. It's me. I'm the mastermind. That would be funny if it were me, because obviously, you know, I can't observe me a lot of the time. Yes, well, said. Hiro had a good question. Is it just one person? Because it's too easy if it's just Makuro.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
It's the cat.
So we're the only ones here? It's not me!
I
I'm
want to
not the
smuggle a cat.
mastermind!
Cold.
Well, it's not me.
Well, everyone's going to say that. Of course everyone's going to say that.
I blame Makoto.
Oh. Yeah, don't blame me.
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who
I mean, that
survived
is
being
super weird.
executed.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait, What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
I mean, it can't be as simple as it's Mukuro. Right?
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Good on you, Byakuya.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
Not very long.
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
Oh, we did spend a couple of hours, I suppose.
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
I just realised I haven't done a save recently, so should just have a save point just in case. The other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Yep. This is how we know it's Junko. Her body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago.
Yep, and she probably died a few days ago.
So they can't possibly be what killed her.
The body announcement thingy only gets called when 3 people find a body for the first time. And it wasn't. And then it didn't. Because when they found the body, no announcement went off. It only went off when they were in the the TV room, the data room. And then there was suddenly a trial.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
The killing. It wasn't murder. She broke the rules.
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're going to deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Excuse me.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it... Obviously, she got all...
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely... Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Sorry.
When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Except that it's not Mukuro, and oh look, they look suspiciously like what happened to Junko!
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto,
Wasn't
you
the
said
same
you were
body.
attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
Okay, I need that TikTok. Please share the link in the Discord. Which I will check out after I finish the game, so no spoilers. Thank you. I love TikToks. I love funny TikToks. I love TikToks with funny voices.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
Cool.
So who was it that attacked you?
It was Mukuro. Well, oh, where's my, where, oh, I don't, oh, better think about this event. Oh, fine, but it was Mukuro who attacked me then, the mastermind?
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here
So am I.
listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
I agree. Thank you.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me
I agree.
otherwise?
I agree 100%. It was Mukuro Ikusaba. Because Mukuro's not dead! Even if I didn't see the face. I mean, the nail. Oh no, the hands! Ah, no tattoo there. However, just because that corpse had a tattoo on her hand. I wish I could make this bigger and see all the other photos. But I can't see anyone's hands except for Sakura's. I mean, clearly the tattoo on Junko's body is fake, and who puts an obvious tattoo on their hand that anyone can see? You put it somewhere hidden, you know. Should be obvious. I don't think it's obvious because I think he's leading us astray.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
Okay, which hand is it? Okay, no, I can do this based off, so it's the right hand.
Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips? You
Get my
never
left and
saw
my right
their
mixed up.
face,
Get my left and my right
right?
mixed up, you see.
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was
No, that's wrong.
I can say for certain that the person under the
Mukuro
mask
had
is
a
not the same
tattoo on her
person that
right
was
hand,
dead.
If I remember correctly.
Hmm.
A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
Honestly, it looks pretty fake. It looks a bit smudgy. And those look like Janko's nails. Not that I paid a huge amount of attention to it, but... The hips don't lie.
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
No, that's not true. There's no way the person behind the mask that attacked him is the person behind the mask that was dead on the floor in the garden.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Sneaky bear.
That still doesn't prove that it was me.
Sneaky bear.
It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Thank you for the host. Sorry. That's off. Need to take vitamin tablet, otherwise forget. Monday.
Yeah, we were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
No. Gloves. No gloves.
Uh-oh. No snappy
Kyoko has
comeback.
scars all over her
Did I
hands.
score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything, she took off her gloves. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. Oh, that's the wrong reaction. It's more than just a little burned
Awful,
skin.
isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on. Yeah, they look a little scarred.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
So is then Mokobara the true mastermind? Is it really that easy? Is it really just the 16th student?
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Oh no, we all saw it.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
Can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored.
I got it!
The kitchen?
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
The locked one.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Junko, Leon, Sayaka, Chihiro, Mondo, Sakura, Celeste, Ifumi, Taka. Yep, 100% there's a body missing.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Proof shows something made its way from the biolab to the garden. The tarp! It's a tarp!
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
I prefer observational skills.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
But it was locked. We didn't
In
have
fact,
a way
there's
to
a
get
whole
in.
stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency. Could you be
La
talking
la la,
about?
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Let's pull myself together and think. Inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be
Hey,
talking
by
about?
the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video
I mean,
message.
honestly, the dad looks like the headmaster. Also, the sister's totally wearing a Hope's Peak uniform.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Trying to throw us off our game.
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So I want to shut him up. I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! 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 What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
I didn't do too badly. What? Oh!
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
Oops. Health was a bit futzy there. Didn't realise it was a multi-select.
Yoko's talking about is the lights.
Drop a save. Fuck.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right, it's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka. Tanko. Mion. Chihiro. Mondo. Taka. Hifumi. Celeste. Sakura. And then victim number 10.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? Only 9 murders took place. Oh, okay, fine.
Shoot!
Damn it. That is true. Same person was killed.
I got it!
Fine. Doesn't make sense.
What about
Mine
it?
makes sense more.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Well, I mean, no, that's 9 killings and 1 desecration of a corpse.
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
That sentence didn't make sense.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on. Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
She wasn't killed as someone else. She wasn't killed as someone else.
Who is
Killed
this
as someone else.
else
Someone
that
else was
Mukuro
substituted.
killed as?
Makara
Was
isn't
it
dead.
Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Oh. Hey, Vicky.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as?
I would like to use the fatal injury thing, but that's not an option.
Was it
Sayaka, Junko, Eno, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro
Yeah, I know.
Fujisaki,
I know.
Mondo, Kiyotaka, Hifumi, Yama, Celestia Lu, or maybe...
No, there's no way
anyone was murdered twice!
Who is this someone? Was it
Sayaka, Junko, Enoshi, Leon Kuwata,
No, not Lee. Oh.
Hero?
Mondo Owada, Kiyotaka
Hopefully I can do that without
Ishimaru,
penalty.
Hifumi Yam
Celestia Lu, or maybe no way anyone was murdered twice!
Who is this
Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Chihiro
Mando Kiyotaka? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe... Sakura Ogami? No, no, no. There's no way
No, that's
I realised I didn't fire in time. Timings are off on that. I was just trying not to get any penalty and lose any more hearts.
Junko.
So it's being really careful.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Unless it's Junko, but she didn't have a she didn't have a tattoo
Then her
either.
body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Who would have noticed had Junko had a tattoo? It's got to be some kind of temporary tattoo thing.
It all matches up, right?
Or the tattooing a
Those
corpse
wounds
probably doesn't make
Junko
it swell.
suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
No.
Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that.
Thank
It's
you. Someone
Mukuro.
finally said.
She's still alive! She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
Yes.
So Mukuro is still alive.
That's
She's
what it
gotta
seems.
be- Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro. But can you really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way. Mukuro. Really?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Oops. Crap. That to be true. Couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible? What do we got?
Body we
Monokuma file.
Found in the garden.
Profile.
It
Fatal injury.
wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
I don't. Oh, I'm gonna futz this up.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
I'm sorry. I will be back in 1 minute. Sorry. Oh. Couldn't concentrate.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
I mean, this is what I think, but why is it making me doubt
Junko's
it now?
Body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
No.
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't.
No.
Shoot!
The body
Not what I meant to.
found in the garden. It wasn't. Oh,
No, that's wrong.
So I fucked up that.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
The one time a talent was used and I overlook it. What? I don't get what you mean. I fucked up that and now I've only got one heart and I'm annoyed.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records.
They're also consistent with Junko's, you dumbass.
Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
Talent? I don't understand what you're talking about.
but if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
no, I'm really confused now because it's clearly Junko's body. What the fuck is going on? This doesn't make sense. I'm annoyed now.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
You mean the special abilities? Is that what you mean? So I just got it backwards. My way made more sense. My way made more sense. This doesn't make sense. Why would she pretend to be Junko? Doesn't make sense. Though, that now explains what's strange in the photo, as you can't see Junko's face, just the hair. So she was disguised as Junko from the start?
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Not that you mention it. Can we get a close-up on that hand, please? Did check, absolutely.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
It makes no sense to me that the fashionista would be the mastermind and the soldier not the soldier. The fact that the bodies were the same sort of dimensions made perfect sense that Makoto, that whatever the name, what her name is. Can't pronounce it. It's really annoying me. No! Makoto. Just because the dimensions were the same, it made more sense that the soldier was the, you know, the shadowy person that had, you know, that was the person that was behind all this, not the stupid fashion lady. Because then it's effectively Makaro killed herself. So Junko could hide? We never met Junko. That's not Junko. The corpse in the garden is that person that we saw die. More sense my way. Stupid game. I wish you could zoom in on that. We didn't get to watch the whole thing of this because they turned out the power. But Kyoko did. Is Kyoko going to tell us that they were the other way around?
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
I'm down to one freaking heart.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
Unless it's Celestia.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
She were alive. Junko's not the one that died. She was some sort of trick. Now what the frick is that? Replicant? And we're dead. Yep, I'm gonna reload. That means it's everyone's favorite punishment time.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Is it all over? Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
Oh! Well, now we get all the health back. Nice! I'm glad I didn't just quit out. Now I have full health. Okay. That's nice. Thank you, narrator, for giving us a thing. Oh, it wasn't an eye. It was... wasn't the A. Hmm? That was an E. Oh, replaced. Thank you. I just couldn't... couldn't figure out the word, and I had replicant stuck in my head.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else? That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching
But
places
I mean,
thing,
Mukuro and
but...
Junko were the same height and dimensions anyway.
That had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
And how did they do the switch out so quickly? We hadn't met the other person.
You're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
To figure out. I switched at the beginning.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
In on it together? Or not?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right?
Why? It doesn't make sense this way.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Why would she
So
pretend to
Mukuro
be?
could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
I mean, concealer.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did
She
she?
did have the fake nails, though. Concealer.
She could have hidden it with foundation or
Yeah.
something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very
I'm
beginning?
so confused, and I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Hmm?
The The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
I liked it the other way around. Made more sense.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
He still refuses to admit it, but he can try and deceive us all he wants, but it doesn't matter. So I've already figured it out. Tried to hide the identity not just once, but twice. Why did we not see a picture? Why I'm going in like that's going to make the picture bigger. Okay.
Shoot!
What? Oh, what, the blowy up thing? What do you want me to do? Ah, into the DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster,
Like it broke.
you made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't. Mastermind definitely orchestrated it. And that's not the only time they tried to hide the identity. They cover up one other piece. I thought it was the photo. Oh, no, now we have to do a stupid battle.
Punishment is waiting. Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up. That's impossible! That's impossible! I can't hear you! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
We can't see Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face.
I just thought it made more sense the other way around.
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Ultimate fashionista being a mastermind. Feels like an oxymoron.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now!
Okay, cool, right. Could be those two are the other way around. Does this look more like fleeing? No. Exploded.
The killer is you! We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
I mean, that was a fairly weird
But it
situation.
wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
She make me sick as well.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
We haven't discovered all the mysteries yet.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
My thoughts exactly. This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. Headmaster's room?
Shoot!
Whatever. Before
I
arriving
got
at
it.
the school.
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover,
We did discuss that.
and you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
Doesn't quite match up to reality. Yeah, I remember that conversation. Are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back. Like computers and junk. So they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things
Why does
moving
she
along.
sound like freaking GLaDOS?
Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same, because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
Oh, interesting.
I know. It's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed
why they look
to
similar.
admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
That was not mentioned at all.
The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Nah, sorry game, you just jumped the shark.
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
I was hooked up until this point, and now I'm just disappointed.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
Nah, I'm just disappointed.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Were they adopted by different parents, or, you know, separated at birth? What weird trope are we going to go for now?
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many
Or
times
just,
people
you know,
ask me that
modern
shit?
parents? Nah,
Maybe it's new to your dumbass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with.
Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away, which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal, just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of
Sociopath.
it?
Psychopath? Sociopath.
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Oh, because she has mushrooms in her hair.
That's why it gets me so excited. Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister, too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Yeah, it's gonna turn out like he's a bastard or something, or a product of an affair.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood.
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
Well, she killed the family.
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
I think you were doing the yapping.
Are
and
you
boring the
talking
hell out
about
of
our
me.
memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then, we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a
It was
hint
leaky.
of all the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
I thought Monokuma's told us. Oh, I can't.
I got it!
Fighters?
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
DVDs, family, friends.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your friends. For example, your family.
No, that's the wrong way around.
I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Hopes, secrets, or past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Money, the future. I wanted to buy a castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. Greed?
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Honor. Friendship. It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. Betrayal?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see,
Why are there mushrooms in her hair?
once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
Well, that is what our flashback kept on telling us.
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling
Wolverine?
thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Yeti slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint. Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
Total destruction.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there?
Are we on the moon? Because that would be kind of cool.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Dear. just getting even more and more ridiculous. This is just stupid. Sorry, up until now, I was like, I wanted to solve everything. Now I'm just like, they went too far.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should be recognized? The thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, cause now for the final class trial! Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything.
No, that's wrong.
At least now we finally get to the thing. Their memories are separate.
Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
Jill.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Pyakia.
Dun, da, da, da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but
Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
then why didn't you say something earlier?
I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event.
What is?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
You know, I've just realised that him arriving at the school and going in, getting there early and going in, and then waking up in that classroom, there's like probably about a year in between those two things.
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most
Please
tragic
tell
event
us
in
what the
human
fuck
history.
it is before I slap you.
And as a result, in basically no time flat,
Anarchy.
the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
Ah! I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway, so the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the
No,
hell are
that
you
went the
talking
other way to
about?
what I was thinking.
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Togami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
Spoiler or just something you've connected from what we've already said?
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked
okay.
a full year ago.
This game or another game?
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Nah, you lost 2 years of your memory, remember? Oh, in a different game. Alright, fair enough. Every time you see a new playthrough, you start to notice things in different... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like... It's why I kind of want the Nonary game trilogy to come to Xbox so I can play them again and so I can notice all the cool things that I missed the first time around because I didn't know what the twist was. It's the same with this one. like you're seeing it again and you're noticing stuff that have affected your other playthroughs, which is cool.
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
It was a year ago. It was over a year ago. Because that's what I said. The gap in between the when everything went fuzzy and the world flashed to when you woke up in a classroom, and the fact you seem to be giving yourself hints. Like you need to stay. That's just odd. The reason they did stay in the school, and that's why they did the emergency interview. But then something went wrong. The headmaster got blasted up into a rocket and died. And Dunko took over. Turned the school into some kind of weird thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
2 years are missing. Okay.
Huh? 2 years ago?
So maybe they did the year in school, the tragedy happened, and then they went into some kind of lockdown, and then a few weeks ago, they all had those 2 years of memory erased. Interesting.
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
We're not connected this with the memory loss thing yet? Come on, Makoto. 2 years ago, what is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
We have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends out here. The memories were stolen. What it says is true. It first came in 2 years ago. The rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. Memory of life at Hope.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No.
Well, at least we can prove it to you, Hero. We've got your notebook.
Says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
How do you not notice that you aged 2 years? I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it, but I think that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if this is truth, I have to accept it.
Two years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the second floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where our memories come apart. Talking about the moment she must have lost the memories. Maybe one time, just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time, and that was...
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey! 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
So that's why you can live stream a despair game with students killing each other.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
Wait, what? Ah.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it! All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair! Our plan to bring despair to all mankind!
All of us are the ultimate despair? The ultimate despair, all mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst!
So they all prepped it all for themselves. Because they all knew what would cause each other the worst despair.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much! You were all having the time of your lives!
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of
Something
humanity.
to do with the classroom full of dead bodies.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
Maybe. Not then. So something happened and then that's why there's a classroom full of dead bodies, but...
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history. And the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it, and now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
Tea time. Tea break. I need some more tea. I'll be back in a few minutes. I need to stretch as well. Okay, let's get back onto it.
Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! Ah! I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
I got it! It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
So how's the food getting in?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world that was the live stream.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
You expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair: death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See, discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Truth, full of despair. That's
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
Sakura no? Was she just as duped as the rest of us?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes, truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike
Just thinking
Schrodinger's cat
Schrödinger.
right now. Is that if so? What then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Why would we trust you?
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right
You killed
direction.
your sister. And you did the executions, which is killing.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple! You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner! It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
What if it's her? Then that wouldn't
Oh,
be fair.
but don't worry.
Okay.
I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
If they believe there's nothing left, then maybe.
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
You mean we just...
We'd have to just live here?
The thing that doesn't make sense is, how is there still fresh fruit and vegetables in the kitchen? This is a garden. I mean, you know, they could have been grown, but some of those are not native. I understand the big warehouse full of things, but the fresh stuff?
She's saying she'll let us live!
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd
Yeah, but
likely
if-
be dead within a day.
We don't have to go outside. We could just stay there, but she would be gone.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec. I just got hit with an inspiration bomb. Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down. Makoto, you're up.
Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as...
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
This is it, the ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone, I have to make them remember, I have to convince them not to give up. In despair, that's not really living at all.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end. Meh. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Oh no, I can't do anything about her. There's no help left in the world when you sleep. It's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair, you are in despair. If you don't do something, everyone's going to be consumed by despair. Plain there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like the sun, and so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all of you will you'll have to go into the world outside. So, will you just die?
God, every time I go through it.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me
Not to leave this place.
But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
that would be the end.
I decided to have faith in...
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted. The only reason we're okay is thanks to the air purifier.
No!
If I die,
God damn it.
in other words, the
I missed.
life you've all of you will you'll have to go into the world outside.
It's gonna
So,
give me a
will you just
heart
die?
because I missed. Damn it!
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
The sun.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the
Purifiers in the physics lab.
Don't lose hope now!
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
The sun.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
if I die,
The purifiers, in other words, as the communal life you've all been living will.
Don't lose hope now!
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
The sun.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Don't lose hope now!
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
The sun.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now!
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything. Does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
He's the ultimate hope!
And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you?
Ultimate hope.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
Not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still...
suck! So uncool! You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless.
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
I hate those bullet time battles, but
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
you lost. Luckily, we don't need all A's.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
Well.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way.
Well, that's just...
You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Hmm?
So this is despair.
We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for
And
it.
now I...
To come this far and fail at the very end.
True despair.
It's most ultimate despair. What are you talking
And
about?
now I...
Don't you see? I was so totally desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. So I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once in a lifetime experience. It's my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste the highest grade of despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway.
Are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone?
Hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
however.
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko.
No.
Nah, stop it. I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Fine, let me just say one last thing. You guys want to get hung up on the word hope? That's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up. That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
It can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want to do now is taste that despair of death that you only get once in life, so...
Don't get in my way!
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful! Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Is she actually dead? Emergency override. And that's how everything came to an end. Final class trial. Let's see what it says. Trial verdict, chapter 6. Okay. Junko, and Nishima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy was all over. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. The end. But there's going to be an epilogue, right? We got the Monokuma hair tie present! Oh, awesome. Do you want to save the data? Yes. Stick it there then. My safe lives are all over the place. Even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. It wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said, they shut off immediately. It's the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. 6 of them left. We stood in front of the door. So, I mean, there's a serial killer in there. I mean, you know, slightly wonky, but hey. We stood in front of the door and nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We stood there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point we need to leave. To no one's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words...
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that that would be our way out of here.
But...
You never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's going to make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us leave here alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. I guess that's true. Nothing to worry about.
My beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far. Ooh. Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind?
Ah.
It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What, leave? We can go outside? And that means me and Master to get married. And then he'll give me a little child of a baby.
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry. I doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still
You're
thinks
serious?
maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. On the other side of that door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike the school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be a lot of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope to try and find it, that itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you might fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned there were still others out there who hadn't cast hope away just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. Go with you, I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
you got it.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
Just get some flour and make some myself, and if there's no flour, I'll grow some wheat. I get it now. If there's no road, you gotta build one. Creation, fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yashuhira Hagakuri's life story is about to begin.
Whoa!
Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. We can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? So few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No. We can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say.
I mean, I'd like my memories back.
I guess we graduated?
Looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up, I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. Press button. Boom! Oh, the door began to open. With my hands, with our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Don't give me a snapshot. I am going to... Okay. Oh. I just want a snapshot. No, we're going to get bright white light. Wonderful. You're not going to tell me, are you? You're not going to tell me Schrodinger's freaking world, right? What the hell is that? That looks like actual fire. Or we're in space. Yeah, I didn't think after that disappointing reveal that I would get any closure. bath scene. Interesting art. It's always polite to let the credits show. Good old Spike Chunsoft. Do you love Spike Chunsoft? They do good games. I think I got, you know, more engrossed in some of the theories I had.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear.
You were being controlled by someone.
I am Monokuma, and I am this school's headmaster.
Post-credit cutscene. Oh, we got the Easter egg present. Nice. Save the data. Epilogue ending. Ooh. All's well that ends. Finished all chapters. So now we get school mode. So we got a chapter select if we want to go back and do that. And then we've got this. Let's see what's in extra. Event gallery. Ooh, hang on, there's a mystery photo one we missed. Interesting. We missed? Oh, we missed another thing. Oh. Right. I hate it when I accidentally hit the wrong thing. Yeah, drinks the poison. Oh my god, the Monokuma theatres. Okay, so we missed 2 scenes. Not sure. Huh? Movie gallery. Oh, we missed a punishment. And another thing there. And result 6. Ah, possibly. Ah, I'm guessing that would have been if we'd have picked. Oh, we may have overwritten something for that, but that's okay. I forgot. Oh, I may have overwritten my chapter 5 save. Ah, these are unlockables. Okay, so then we've got Kenshiro, Santa Kyondo. Okay. Lots of. No, yep. Oh, that looks cute. Sound gallery. School store. Ooh. Ah, so we can spin the thing. Interesting. Cool. Character gallery. Just looking at the extras.
No, that's wrong.
So Shimitsu. Oh, okay. Are these the these will be the stuff we unlocked with the report cards, probably. Oh, we nearly had all of Kyoko. Ultimate gallery. I haven't unlocked these yet then. Yeah, so these are unlockables as well, so we've got a lot of stuff we can unlock. So there's the load. Yeah, I think I accidentally overwrote that chapter 5 decision thing. That's okay. Oh no, wait, chapter 5. Oh no, that's the trial verdict. We've got pre-trial prep. I can zip through it if I wanted to make that other decision. I've got to have that for unlocking stuff. Though I guess we've got to do the epilogue, load the epilogue end to be able to get to the other stuff. So what is school mode?
Thrills, chills, kills!
Enchanting Dangan Academy. Purely because this is the thing that I'm supposed to do for my achievement, which there's no way I'm going to complete it in an hour and a half to get it from my own to-do list, but we can at least have a peek at what this is. The massive high school towers over the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the centre of the entire world. This is the prologue again. Hope's Peak Academy brings in top students, government funded, set for life, tradition, hope. 2 things. Already attending, best at what you do. Standing at the gate is me. New students probably should just head in. I gathered up my determination and tried to act like I've done this a million times before. Stepped towards the main hall, but okay. As soon as I stepped foot in the main hall, my view became warped and twisted. It was like some kind of delusion. It's going to be mixing together into something else. And then... oh, we don't wake up on a desk. Okay.
Hey,
Makoto, are you okay?
are you for real?
Okay, were you trying to escape into your own reality? It's not like any of us know what's going on really either. Which one are you? Sorry.
Huh.
There's no need to apologise. Given the situation, it's understandable. That's right, for some reason I went unconscious as soon as I stepped in the main hall. When I woke up, I was in a classroom. The windows were all blocked up by these weird metal plates, but it wasn't just the classroom, as it turns out. All of us who gathered there had our stuff taken away and were locked inside the school. I was sitting around and an announcement came on. It's going to come to the gym, but hearing that voice made me hard to concentrate. It was actually sound. Where are the others? Wasn't everyone here earlier?
Hey, come on.
No, everyone else went to the gym while your ass was knocked out.
Well...
Well, is it a good idea to obey such a strange announcement?
And...
yeah, it was as weird as hell, but what else are we supposed to do?
Indeed.
She's right. Whatever's going to happen, standing our ground here isn't going to stop it.
You hear me?
And let's head to the gym. Makoto, are you good to go? Yeah. I used to wonder what the hell was going on here. I was tormented by a dark feeling of foreboding, but I did my best to ignore it and hurry to the gym. Okay, so it seems we're back at the beginning of the story, but hey. And as soon as I entered, a weirdly cheery voice echoed across the room.
Hey there, howdy, hello. Is everyone here? Good. Then let's get things rolling.
We've got a little bit of time to find out what's going on. I'll have a peek at school mode, because that only took just under 3.5 hours. I was anticipating it taking longer. We'll take a peek at this, and then if Jesse's still online, we'll give him a raid.
Monokuma! And I am this school's headmaster. Nice to meet you all.
But your bright voice and carefree attitude was completely out of place.
Listen up!
I can't do it. Just can't be done. Huh? This entrance ceremony was supposed to be your chance to make your big high school debut. As the headmaster, I did my best to put on a happy face, but it's just impossible. You can only lie to yourself for so long, you know. But if you can't do it, you can't do it. I've lost my confidence, my groove. There's no getting it back. The hell? Why is he acting so depressed? I went from terrified to annoyed in no time flat.
So,
What is that, teddy bear?
Why is that?
That teddy bear can talk.
Unbelievable.
Ugh, come on, what kind of cliched reaction is that? You people just keep on reacting the same way. That's just making me more and more depressed. Even if the hardware is backwards compatible, I guess the same doesn't go for the characters. Humans are so stupid, worse than any piece of software. Oh, I'm just getting lower and lower, and there's rock bottom. Here comes the Earth's core. This whole thing just feels sloppy as hell.
Come on.
You expect us to believe that you're the headmaster? Stop screwing around. You're right, I screw around too much. I've spent half my life apologizing for the other half of my life. I've been spending so much time trying to think about what to make you guys do, and I'm just lost. Meanwhile, I've totally been neglecting myself. Trying to laugh it off now would be another lie. Where the heck is this going? You've been neglecting yourself? What does that even mean? I forgot to do something that was going to be a vital part of your greeting today. What the heck? My stomach's starting to hurt from all this self-loathing. He seems really depressed. What do you think he forgot? I don't think that matters. All that matters is finding a way out of here.
You!
No, I need to know. Tell us, what did you forget?
Got it!
If necessary, you should cancel the entrance ceremony and take time to prepare a proper one. Right, what I forgot was my backups.
Are you okay with this?
Backups for what?
Hey!
For me, duh! Backups for you, what? Huh? I don't understand why you don't understand.
In other words...
A backup, a spare, in case of emergency.
Hey, you bastard!
Okay, we get it.
Hey, listen.
So if you can have backups, does that mean that you're really a toy or a robot or whatever?
Indeed.
If I understand what he's saying, that would make sense. See?
Unbelievable.
Oh, okay, I got it. I don't like to admit this, but... Yes, I'm a robot so advanced even the folks at NASA can't recreate or comprehend it. But I don't have any backups, so I can't begin. Can't you begin the entrance ceremony?
How strange.
Sure, that too, but even more than that, I can't begin your school life itself. Without a backup, the first time I break, that'll be the end of everything for you guys.
Hey, come on.
Don't think any of us give a shit if you break or whatever.
Come on!
Don't be stupid. Without a headmaster, how can it's me?
Oh.
But did you not say that you are so advanced that even NASA cannot comprehend it? So you should not break so easily, am I right?
Now I'm really angry!
You guys are gonna break me. You blew me up in the prologue last time and tore me apart in chapter 5. My god, fourth wall break-in. Huh? Prologue? Chapter 5? What's he talking about? But anyway, let's not worry about that before we can begin your school life.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
I'm gonna have you guys build me some backups.
What?
Oh man, come on. What's he even talking about?
Come on.
You think you can give me orders, you living garbage? I do, and while you're at it, have you add a bunch of bonus features?
You please.
Like maybe make me super handsome or eco-friendly, that kind of modern trendy feel. Or it might be good for a Japanese-style mascot for me to have a super cutesy, super mellow backup.
Just hold on.
The hell, man, you're talking like we already agreed to help.
You guys!
You're gonna write. It's important that you grow as students, sure, but you also have the opportunity to help your teacher grow. You think fake inspirational crap like that is gonna get us on your side?
Well,
I don't think he's listening. He's just creating his own reality as he goes.
No way.
Man, if this kind of bizarre crap I can expect as a new student here, I'm just gonna go home.
hey,
How do you plan to do that? You saw the metal plates covering all the exits, didn't you? So we really have been imprisoned in here.
Hey!
What the hell is this? Why would you trap us in here? Let us the hell out of here.
Let's
Are you
see.
Junko or Mugoba? He said he does not have a backup race. Why don't we just destroy this one right now?
Ooh,
So it finally occurred to you.
too bad.
They won't grow that easily. I'll use my NASA love technology to run and hide, and you'll never find me. You seem like a monumental waste of technology.
Stop fucking around.
Alright, that's it.
You son of a
I'm not going to be
bitch.
part of whatever shitty joke you're trying to pull here.
Hey, you bastard.
Who gives a shit about some backup or whatever? We're not here to take care of you.
Hey, hey,
Okay, yeah, sure, I see what you're saying.
are you sure?
And would you rather just start killing each other? What?
Huh?
What did you just say? I believe he said something about us killing each other. Killing? What are you talking about? If that's supposed to be a joke, it's not funny, it's just stupid. Yeah, even if you're trying to make a point, that's taking it too far.
Just a second.
Come on, stop trying to freak us out just to get us to do what you want.
What the heck?
Let's hurry up and let's out of here.
Unbelievable.
Would you guys please stop nagging me? To go home, I want to go home.
I don't
So
believe
crazy
it.
about our homing instinct, but you guys really take the cake.
What are you gonna do?
But I guess you really can't help yourself.
Now then.
You're all part of that all-new wave enlightenment generation. You need a specific goal to motivate you.
Yes, indeed.
Well then, here's a little spoiler. Spoiler?
Actually,
Once the backups are done, we'll move on to the main event and you can begin your exciting school
isn't
life.
that wonderful?
Once that starts, just the trigger your flag. What are you talking about? Speak plainly. I don't know what he means, but he did just say something about escaping, right?
Yes, indeed.
See, I was totally clear.
Now then.
If you want to escape, you'll have to live here peacefully and build me my backups.
Of course.
And you can't just half-ass it either.
I can barely
I'm
contain
a
myself.
superior machine with fierce performance that thrills and delights me and you, Paps.
Uh-huh.
And don't worry about living expenses. You have all the food, clothing, and shelter you need. I can even personally guarantee your health and safety. Even if you get sick or injured, I'll treat you right away in the Monokuma emergency system. Center. I don't think that's what we're worried about. Why do we have to do all this in the first place?
Boy, tough
Never
crowd.
stop complaining and just do it.
Now then.
Then, with this entrance ceremony,
Hold on just a second.
with this, the entrance ceremony hasn't even begun. I mean, you haven't even started your real school life yet. So obviously I can't welcome you yet, which means this isn't a proper entrance ceremony.
Well now.
Okay, I'm done talking for now. Please enjoy these ever-fleeting days of peace. Without another word, he was gone, leaving us in dazed confusion. So, how would you explain what the heck just happened?
I mean, seriously?
Yeah, what the heck was that? I'm totally lost. We're trapped here, right? And if we make some backups, then we can get out.
It would seem.
That seems to be the gist of it. If you think about everything that this Monokuma told us, you notice there were two main points.
In other words,
The first point is that we're trapped here in the school. And the second, more important point, if we can create backups for him to his satisfaction, he will tell us how to escape from the school.
Are you okay with this?
But one thing we do not know is why he wants us to do this at all.
Honestly.
And what was his purpose in imprisoning us here in the first place?
What should I do?
Yeah, what happened to Hope's Peak Academy? Did he get taken over by some evil organization or something? If that's the case, I'm sure the police will be here anytime.
However,
But can we even be sure this is really Hope's Peak?
We're serious.
Listen, I'm sure this is just sort of some kind of elaborate orientation setup. They're like acing us. Orientation?
Seems like...
But if that's true, it's in pretty freaking bad taste. It's total overkill. That's right. If it's a prank, it's far beyond the bounds of acceptability. Okay, fine, in that case. What is going on? That's what we're trying to figure out. If he didn't forget to build those backups of his, what do you think he would have made us do? Kill each other. That's what he said.
Hey!
Don't freak out, dude. Who the hell, whatever?
Listen to me.
Everyone, just calm down.
Quiet down
He
and
said we'd
listen.
have plenty of food and shelter and we'd be kept safe, so that's good, right?
Got it.
If we want to get out of here, we all need to work together.
Shit.
Ugh, I hate the idea of being at the mercy of that goddamn bear. What else can we do? Total pain in the ass either way. that I would lower myself to serving that monstrosity.
Oh.
But it seems our best option is to calmly adapt ourselves to this new situation.
Let's see.
If this truly is something that Hope's Peak has put together for us, then I am fine with that.
Actually,
If that is not the case, and Hope's Peak has been taken over by some other force, it will be best not to blindly oppose them. It gives me the chills to think I'll have to live here along with you unwashed masses.
That's fine.
Well, whatever, I'll just have to make sure to finish things quickly. And then I will find whoever did this to me and wipe them from the face of the earth.
You hear me?
Okay, well, does anyone have any objections?
Got it!
Silence gives consent, as they say. That's not what that means. Then it's decided.
Listen to me!
From this point forward, we all agree to work together to maintain a peaceful communal life. Sure. When I first got to Hope's Peak Academy, I thought, man, I can't believe I get to go to this amazing place. But wherever I am now, it's 180 degrees away from whatever amazing place I've made up in my mind. And that's how our bizarre communal life began. So it doesn't explain what I'm supposed to do yet. Once that was done, we moved from the gym to dining hall to talk about our future here, but...
Hey,
when he says we have to make him some backups, what exactly are we supposed to do?
Actually...
You know, it didn't explain any of the important bits.
Did you call for me?
That was just for convenience's sake. Now he's here. Sure, I could have explained everything in the gym, but if I'd gone on any longer, it would have been totally annoying, right? It would have been like, hurry up and start already. I'm not sure I agree with that.
Well, now.
So let me explain right now.
What?
I'm going to give you guys the next 50 days to make me a proper set of backups.
What the hell?
50 days, that's like forever. Why so long?
What?
That's for convenience sake too. Guys would totally slack off if you didn't have a time limit. Humans given so easily to corruption.
What?
Okay, but what about this old backup thing? You said you wanted a bunch of bonus features, but...
So it would seem.
But it's super vague.
Yes, indeed.
I thought you might say that. So from time to time, I'll give you a special concept. You can use that to design the next backup.
What?
Can't we just make one and be done with it?
Hey!
Of course you can't just make one and be done with it. Who knows what kind of violence you guys might commit against me? I need all the help I can get. Heck, just a second ago, you were talking about how you should destroy me right now. I heard you.
oh.
Is this really necessary?
Just a second.
Fake cry all you want, we're not going to fall for it.
Huh?
Fake?
This is kind
No, I really am sad. All your heartless comments have made me sad. But your teacher won't let it get to him no matter what. I'll put you on the right path.
Hey, come on.
And the right path would be...
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. To keep you all from slacking off, I'll be performing project reviews as you progress.
Well...
Project reviews?
What?
I've never heard of a project review. Want me to write it down for you? It is. It's just, it's meant to check our progress.
In other words...
So you're going to be checking up on this to see how things are coming. That's just common sense. Yeah, it's totally common sense. I feel like I want to die right now.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, hurry up and get to work.
Yeah.
I'm as excited as the rest of you to get through this and begin your real school life. But if we fail our project review, is there some kind of punishment? Well...
Can't be.
There it comes.
Too bad.
Nothing in particular. What? Don't scare us like that.
Are you sure?
There's no punishment, but if you can't do it, you won't trigger that escape flag I mentioned.
What?
Plus, if you pass, I'll give you something else.
I can barely contain
What is
myself.
it? Well, you'll just have to get it and find out, but it's super fun, I promise. Now then, are you ready for your first assignment? So the concept for the very first backup I need you to make is...
Ta-da!
Right here. Class goal, Monokuma Casanova. Oh god. Make a Monokuma Casanova? What does that even mean?
What the heck?
Exactly what it says. You know what a Casanova is, right? I want a good-looking version of me. Good-looking, but you're a bear. You better not think about it too much. You'll never get anywhere.
What the heck?
Anyway, how are we supposed to even start building something like that?
And...
Yeah, I mean, where are the materials or whatever?
Hey,
I can't do everything for you. Look around the school yourself or whatever.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, but as an extra special service, I will give you some materials just this once. I figured you could use at least a little practice before you start on the real thing.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we got a slab, marble slab, 3 aluminium cans, and a chisel, 2 chisels. Maybe I'll have you start by using these materials to make a Greek statue, and after that, you combine this with the Greek statue. I think you'll wind up with a ravishing Monokuma. 2 bags of screws, 2 wrenches, and chisels. Bring to me the absolute... You're finished? No pit stops. Okay. Have a nice day. Select construct. Okay. Alright, can I see? Oh, we've got consumables, okay. Create statue. And then go. Casanova's supposed to be good looking, right? Is this good looking? Subjective opinions aside, you created the backup and completed the assignment, so let me give you some tickets. You received 5 trip tickets. I'll explain how they work later, so make sure not to throw them away.
Hey!
So now that you get how to do it, if this is all there's to it, this is going to be a breeze. Indeed, I'm sure we can handle this. And if we don't get it right the first time, with enough practice, I'm sure we'll get the hang of it and figure everything out. You seem pretty confident. Maybe I spoiled you a little too much.
What are you gonna do?
There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just so sweet and kind and sincere.
Well?
So now you're ready to gather your own materials, right? You can handle that much, right?
Yes, indeed.
Even if you decide you can't, I'm not going to help you anymore.
Okay.
You'll help. I'll work hard and do our best to make your stupid backups and get out of here.
You're getting all riled up.
Good to see you getting all fired. Don't overwork yourself or I'll be the one who ends up taking care of you. Take plenty of breaks, drink lots of fluids, promise me you'll be safe and make your teacher proud.
Oh.
You don't have to remind us, we have no desire for you to take care of us.
It's true.
So make sure you keep everything clean if you can't do it yourself. You do it.
Yes, indeed.
This is where you live, right? You need to put it in the effort to keep it nice and tidy. What a pain in the ass. Well, to be fair, cleaning is part of normal school life.
Now then.
Okay, your next project review is coming up. Okay, so the next concept is...
Ta-da!
The same thing. Do it right this time. Got 5 days left. Okay, so... Ooh, presents, but we do still have the presents. Ooh, so there's a whole bunch of those ones that we haven't got yet. But... Proof that you've cleared the epilogue. And all the chapters and the things. So... Yeah, there are 4 other ones we don't have yet, but we have everything else. We've got our report cards. And system. Save. This is very weird. Okay, each person can engage in this is very bright. 1 of 3 activities each day. 10 locations to search for materials. Each location unique materials. Raise your level of cleanliness. Take a break to restore HP. Person has 3 stats. If it reaches 0, won't be able to act for 3 days. Keep an eye on it. Tell me how efficient the person is at collecting. Increase to collect. Okay. Okay, press select activity. X to rest. Character, boys, girls. Begin activity, show hub screen. Okay. I'm gonna make Mondo clean. so I've got no idea what I'm doing. Better make her clean, because I don't like her. So I'm just going to see what happens, and then... We got some stuff. It looks like you're already working
Well,
hard.
now.
Well, look, now it's time for free time. Do whatever you want. Even a strange, childish little boy like you might stumble on some bittersweet love if you're lucky. You can always use the trip tickets I gave you to go with your friends. Although spending all this time building your friendships and deepening your bonds, just make things that much harder later on, you know. Okay. I know you're busy having fun and all, but do you have a second? Monokuma touched on it just now, but at this point you can now spend time with whoever you like. However, if these scenes play out, you'll notice they're exactly the same as in the main games. You might notice people talking about having to kill each other. I know that seems strange, but this is school mode after all. It's a bonus in addition to the main story. So please keep that in mind and try not to judge us too harshly. Anyway, take your time to explore and enjoy. Aww. Obviously, I'll meet someone. Who should I talk to? Well, I mean, I'm just gonna save. Dangan Academy Day 1 just overrode. So I'm just gonna leave it on the stream here. We had a look at school mode. It seems to be some kind of like resource management mini game. Fill in all the report cards, give presents, etc. So is Jessie. Alright, okay, Jessie's still on, so we're gonna go raid Jessie to say hi. Not that there's many people here, but if there are people here, we're just gonna go say hi to Jessie. And I'll be back tomorrow for a normal stream. It's not going to be a co-stream by the sounds of it, because Jessie's not feeling up to that. That's okay. So we'll pick something to stream. Maybe we'll just pick something off random to-do list, which new lists come out tomorrow. But yeah, for now, this is the end of my Danganronpa streams. It's been 20, 30, like 39 hours worth of stories, so it's pretty good. I've crammed most of it into the last week. We are now done with this obsession. So yeah, thanks very much for being here with me today. So I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to go look up some lore and stuff. Maybe that will cheer me up. But yeah, it was still a really good story, and it kept me engaged for, 99% of it. So that is good. For now, I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.